So that's going to be out in June. The way that we looked at the episodes is that we shot the same story from two different perspectives.
My dad was just of that generation where it's just like, he was Clint Eastwood, less is more. Simple grunts is how he communicated.
Y'all, Hollywood just got messier than a Real Housewives reunion, and we need to talk about it. Because if the rumors are true, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively might have been playing 4D chess with their careers while the rest of us were just trying to figure out what to watch on Netflix. And the whistleblower? None other than their so-called bestie, Rob McElhenney. Yes, that Rob. The one from It's Always Sunny. The dude Ryan has bromance energy with. And let me tell you, this isn't just, oops, we had a disagreement drama. This is giving full-blown Hollywood power play, secret alliances, and media manipulation. Like, are we in an episode of Succession? So what went down? How did Blake and Ryan go from Hollywood's golden couple to the center of this mess? And why is Rob McElhenney out here spilling tea like he's auditioning to be the next Dumois? Let's get into it. Now, before we break down this whole fiasco, let's talk about Ryan and Blake for a second. Because if there's one couple the internet loves, it's them. They're funny, they're charming, they roast each other on Instagram. It's like if rom-coms were real life. Ryan's the king of snarky Twitter posts, Deadpool quips, and aviation gin commercials that make you question if you actually like gin. Blake, on the other hand, is basically Hollywood royalty, effortlessly serving designer perfection while somehow managing to make not having a stylist her entire personality. Together, they're unstoppable. Or at least they were. Because according to Rob McElhenney, things behind the scenes might not be as picture perfect as their social media banter suggests. And let's just say, once you hear what's allegedly been going on, you might never look at this couple the same way again. All right, so let's talk about what kicked off this Hollywood-size headache. Because, y'all, this drama didn't just fall out of the sky. It started with whispers. Small, seemingly innocent rumblings from the set of It Ends With Us. At first, it was your typical creative differences talk, you know, the kind that gets brushed off with a generic PR statement about how everyone is passionate about the project and collaborative tensions are normal. But then things got spicy. Suddenly, industry insiders started dropping hints about friction between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Now, Justin isn't just directing this film, he's also co-starring in it, co-writing it, and allegedly overseeing major creative decisions. So basically, he's got his hands in everything, and according to these early rumors, Blake wasn't loving it. Some sources claim she felt stifled by his directing style. Others whispered that she was frustrated with last-minute changes to the script. A few even suggested that their on-set dynamic was borderline tense, though whether that was creative tension or something more personal remained unclear. And listen, actors and directors not seeing eye to eye is nothing new. We've seen it before. Scarlett Johansson versus Jonathan Glazer on Under the Skin, Christian Bale losing his mind on the Terminator set, and oh, let's not forget the entire drama that was Don't Worry Darling, which gave us Spitgate, and we're still not over it. But this had a different energy, because suddenly the narrative started shifting. Instead of Blake being just another actress dealing with a demanding director, stories started leaking.
A lot of it's my real life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some.
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which
except
one?
It's just,
now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
And tons of like Bodhi, which is with the suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I borrowed
that's
it.
His suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
And let me tell you, these leaks were suspiciously well-timed. Headlines painted Justin as controlling, overbearing, and even disrespectful toward Blake's needs as an actress and a new mom. And that is when the internet lost its mind. Blake's fans were furious. The Team Blake movement kicked off with people calling out Justin for allegedly undermining her, ignoring her creative input, and making her feel uncomfortable on set. Meanwhile, some critics were siding this whole thing, wondering if Blake was playing the victim to gain public sympathy. And just when things couldn't get any more dramatic, boom, Rob McElhenney enters the chat. Because according to Rob, all of these rumors, the headlines, the leaks, the social media frenzy, weren't just organic drama. They were part of a carefully orchestrated plan. And honey, if what he's saying is true, Blake and Ryan were always in the driver's seat. So, what exactly did Rob reveal, and how was Ryan allegedly pulling the strings behind the scenes? Oh, buckle up, because this is where it gets wild. All right, y'all, this is where things go from messy to full-blown Hollywood conspiracy theory. Because if Rob McElhenney is telling the truth, then this wasn't just some random on-set tension between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Oh, no. This was a masterclass in PR manipulation, allegedly orchestrated by none other than Blake and Ryan themselves. Let that sink in for a minute. Now, if you're wondering, wait, why would Ryan Reynolds, A-list actor, human golden retriever, and owner of like 5 different companies, be involved in a behind-the-scenes Hollywood drama? Oh, honey, the tea is hot. Because according to Rob, Ryan wasn't just standing by his wife. He was actively pulling strings to make sure this controversy played out exactly how they wanted. So here's the theory. Step 1. Make Blake look like the wronged party in a highly publicized Hollywood battle. The worse she appears to be treated, the more people rally behind her. Step 2. Use that sympathy to boost the publicity around It Ends With Us. Because let's be real, book-to-movie adaptations are hit or miss. See The Mortal Instruments, Divergent, R.I.P. A little scandal, never heard a marketing campaign. Step 3. Once the film becomes a topic of conversation, Blake emerges as the resilient, misunderstood actress, reclaiming her narrative and positioning herself for even bigger Hollywood opportunities. Step 4, Ryan, who has major industry connections. He uses his influence to push certain stories, silence any inconvenient truths, and make sure everything unfolds in Blake's favor. And guess what? It was working. The media was eating this up, Blake's fan base was riding hard for her, and the general public was buying into the narrative. But then Rob McElhenney caught wind of it, and he was not having it. Now, Rob and Ryan go way back. These two have had a legendary bromance, business ventures, social media shenanigans, even buying a whole ass soccer team together. So for Rob to come out and blow the whistle on this, that means something seriously didn't sit right with him. At first, he brushed it off because let's be real, Hollywood thrives on drama. But as more and more details came to him, the puzzle pieces started fitting together in a way he couldn't ignore. And then the text messages leaked, and y'all, this changed everything. In these private exchanges between Blake, Ryan, and key figures from the production, Blake allegedly laid out a strategy to make sure she had the final say on post-production edits, press strategies, and overall narrative control.
I was like making like, I don't know, juice with like, there was this like maple water on set, and I was like, oh, water tapped from a maple tree. This is exciting. But instead of just like handing him a plastic red cup that I was drinking out of, I like went and got the martini glass, a crystal glass, and like shook it up for him properly, because you can't hand that man a red cup.
No.
Like, and so he's like standing on a dock with like mud around, and he's holding a crystal martini glass. It was just juice and maple water.
And the kicker? She referred to her closest allies as her dragons. Now, I don't know about you, but if I saw someone texting about using their dragons to control a situation, I would assume I just accidentally stumbled into a deleted scene from Game of Thrones. But nope, this was allegedly Blake referring to her powerful Hollywood connections. And the head dragon? None other than Ryan Reynolds. For Rob, this was a gut punch. He had always thought of Ryan as genuine, hilarious, and most importantly, honest. But now he was seeing his friend in a whole new light. And it wasn't pretty. At first, Rob tried to handle things privately. He reportedly had multiple conversations with Ryan, urging him to be upfront about what was going on. But instead of owning up to anything, Ryan allegedly doubled down, acting like nothing was wrong, like this was all just Hollywood gossip getting out of hand. That's when Rob made his choice. He decided he couldn't stay silent, because this wasn't just about one actress fighting for creative control. It was about deception, manipulation, and using media spin to control public perception. So Rob did what very few Hollywood insiders are brave or petty enough to do. He spilled the tea. Rob's allegations spread like wildfire. Fans who once adored Ryan and Blake suddenly started second-guessing everything. People began re-examining their public image. The carefully curated social media banter, the seemingly perfect marriage, the down-to-earth charm, and then came the lawyer drama. Because just as all this was breaking, Blake's lawyer dropped her. And y'all, that is not normal. The official story was that it was a routine legal shift, but industry insiders, they were whispering something very different. According to some reports, Blake's legal team saw the full unedited text. the ones that hadn't been cleaned up for public release. And what they saw allegedly didn't line up with what Blake had been telling the press. So what did they do? They distanced themselves. And just like that, Blake and Ryan's carefully constructed media game plan started unraveling. So now the big question is this the beginning of the end for Ryan and Blake's golden couple image? Or can they somehow flip this narrative one more time? And y'all, just wait, because the plot twists aren't over yet. Now you're probably thinking, okay, Holly, but where's the proof? Oh, honey, it's right here, because guess what? Text messages leaked. And they weren't just any texts. They were private convos between Blake, Ryan, and key figures from the production. And let me tell you, these messages are spicier than your favorite hot sauce. In these messages, Blake was allegedly caught saying she would use her dragons, aka her powerful Hollywood connections, to make sure she had final control over how the film was edited, marketed, and perceived by the public. And who was dragon numero uno? Yep, Ryan Reynolds himself. But here's the thing, these weren't just casual mentions. We're talking full-on strategy sessions with timestamps, receipts, and everything. One message allegedly read, "I've got connections at every major outlet. One phone call and we control the narrative." Girl, the audacity. Now let's pause for a sec, because this is a power move that would make even Regina George take notes.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me, is that she's a walking, talking contradiction, yet it's perfectly harmonious for her.
Blake wasn't just trying to win a small argument. She was allegedly positioning herself to control the entire narrative of the movie before the public even saw it. And the messages? They reportedly show a whole network of Hollywood insiders ready to jump at her command. We're talking magazine editors, social media managers, and PR wizards, all allegedly lined up like dominoes. And y'all thought Chess was just a Netflix show. But wait, because it gets even juicier. These texts allegedly reveal a whole secret group chat called, and I kid you not, Operation Dragon's Breath. I mean, could this be more dramatic? In this chat, sources claim there were detailed discussions about everything from manipulating test audience reactions to strategically leaking anonymous stories to shape public opinion. One message allegedly said, "We'll make sure the public sees exactly what we want them to see." Honey, this isn't just playing the game, this is rewriting the rule book. And here's where my jaw literally hit the floor. Remember all those spontaneous viral moments from the movie's early marketing? Those adorable behind-the-scenes TikToks, those candid Instagram stories? Well, according to these leaked messages, nothing was left to chance. Every single social media post was allegedly part of a larger strategy to position Blake as the film's creative savior while subtly undermining others involved in the project. Smash that like button right now, because your girl's got to get her nails done, and trust me, after reading all these texts, I needed a fresh manicure to cope with the stress. A real kicker, these texts allegedly show that this wasn't just about this one movie. This was supposedly about establishing what one message called a long-term power base in Hollywood. Think about it. If you can control how your projects are perceived before they even hit theaters, you're not just an actress anymore. You're a kingmaker, or should I say, queen maker. But here's what's really sending me. The way these messages allegedly detail how they plan to use Ryan's beloved public persona as a shield. One text supposedly read, "No one will question it if Ryan backs us. He's basically America's sweetheart." And I mean, where's the lie? But using your husband's good reputation as a smokescreen? That's either brilliant or brutal, depending on where you're standing. Some of you in the comments might be thinking, Holly, this seems a little extreme. And normally I'd agree, but these texts paint a picture of someone who understood exactly how Hollywood's power games work and wasn't afraid to play them. The messages allegedly show Blake discussing everything from award season strategies to critic relationships, all with the precision of a military campaign. And just when you think you've heard it all, there's more. Because these texts, they're apparently just the tip of the iceberg. Sources close to the situation hint that there are voice memos and email chains that make these text messages look like child's play. But we'll say that tea for another video, because your girl needs to catch her breath. Is anyone else feeling like they need a drink after all this? Because same. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you team Blake's boss moves or team this is too much? And don't forget to hit subscribe, because trust me, this story is far from over. Ryan Reynolds, the internet's golden retriever in human form, playing media puppet master? Say it ain't so. The man who makes us laugh with his aviation gin ads and trolls Blake on Instagram is allegedly involved in something a lot less wholesome. And y'all, when I tell you this tea is scalding, grab your oven mitts. But according to Rob, that's exactly what was happening behind those perfectly crafted social media posts and charming interviews.
I think most actors' dream is to be able to do a period piece film, but I got to do an every period piece film because this dates back to 1908 till now. So to explore the different decades, the fashion, the hair and makeup, and just how women were treated in each of those different eras.
Now, let's just take a moment here, because this is Ryan Reynolds we're talking about, the man who brought us Deadpool, who makes everyone laugh with his feud with Hugh Jackman, who seems like he'd help you move apartments and bring pizza. That Ryan Reynolds. But allegedly, there's another side to this story that's making even his biggest fans raise their eyebrows. Allegedly, Ryan used his deep Hollywood connections, because let's be real, this man knows everyone, to plant certain narratives about Justin Baldoni in entertainment blogs. We're talking about strategic, anonymous sources suddenly popping up with stories about Justin being difficult on set. Coincidence? Girl, please? These stories started appearing right when the drama was heating up, and according to sources, the timing wasn't random at all. And here's where it gets wild. These weren't just random blog posts. We're talking about a coordinated campaign that allegedly included everything from casual mentions in podcast interviews to insider tweets from entertainment journalists. One source claims Ryan has a whole network of media contacts he calls his story squad. I mean, the man didn't become Hollywood's favorite Canadian by accident, right? But wait, because this next part, this is where I literally had to pause and pour myself a glass of wine. When Blake's lawyer saw the full, unedited text and realized what was happening, they dropped her. Let that sink in for a minute. These are high-powered attorneys who've handled some of Hollywood's messiest divorces and scandals, and even they were like, yeah, we're gonna have to pass. Y'all smash that like button right now because your girl's got bills to pay, and after discovering all this tea, I need therapy. Yep, Blake's own legal representation walked away from the mess, reportedly because they didn't want to be associated with something that was starting to look a little too shady. And in Hollywood, when your lawyer drops you, that's like your hairdresser telling you they're too busy to fit you in. It means something is seriously wrong. Sources close to the situation claim the lawyer saw evidence of what they called a systematic manipulation of media narratives. We're not just talking about a few planted stories here and there. This was allegedly a full-on PR warfare strategy that would make Olivia Pope proud. The lawyers reportedly found detailed plans for everything from coordinated social media reactions to strategically timed leaks about Justin's behavior on set. And here's the thing that's really getting me. Ryan's alleged involvement wasn't just passive. According to sources, he was actively using his good guy image as a smokescreen. Think about it. Who would suspect the guy who makes dad jokes on Twitter and donates to children's hospitals of being involved in a campaign to manipulate public opinion? It's like finding out that Tom Hanks has a secret underground lair. It just doesn't compute. But the evidence reportedly shows a different side to our favorite Canadian actor. One source claims there are recordings of phone calls where Ryan allegedly discussed ways to reshape the narrative and control the damage through his media connections. And y'all, when I tell you these strategies were sophisticated, we're talking chess master level moves here. Is anyone else feeling like they need to rewatch all of Ryan's interviews for hidden clues now? Because same. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Ryan's really capable of this kind of behind the scenes manipulation? Or is someone trying to drag his name through the mud? And don't forget to hit subscribe because this story keeps getting deeper by the minute. So now the question is, what happens next? Because honey, this isn't just your regular celebrity drama anymore. We're talking about a potential seismic shift in how Hollywood's power couples are perceived.
It's a bit of a tough adjustment in our house, but it's good. I mean, I have two other daughters, so my oldest is very into the baby, but my middle child, not so much. But we're thinking of keeping her.
Does she like play with her? What does she think?
Well, she sort of like pretends to play with her. So like in the beginning, our oldest is like loving on her, and she's like very maternal, and then our middle daughter is just keeps away from her.
And let me tell you, the silence from certain corners is deafening. Ryan and Blake have been eerily silent about Rob's accusations, and Hollywood insiders say they're in full-on damage control mode. We're talking emergency PR meetings, crisis management teams, and allegedly even bringing in the same reputation management firm that handled that royal family drama. You know the one I'm talking about. Sources say they haven't even been seen at their usual coffee spots in NYC, and when celebrities stop getting their daily oat milk lattes, that's when you know it's serious. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni, He's basically letting the receipts speak for themselves, and honestly, that might be the smartest move in this whole situation. Because while Team Blake and Ryan is allegedly scrambling to contain the damage, Justin's just out here posting wholesome content with his family and promoting his charity work. Talk about a masterclass in taking the high road. And Rob, he's out here looking like a whistleblower turned Hollywood pariah. Some fans think he's a hero for exposing the truth, while others are like, why are you even getting involved in this? Industry insiders are reportedly divided. Half of them are praising his courage, while the other half are supposedly scrubbing his name from their contact list faster than you can say career suicide. Smash that like button right now because your girl's got to get her nails done, and after all this drama, I need some self-care. The entertainment industry is apparently holding its breath, waiting to see how this plays out, because here's the thing, this isn't just about one movie anymore. This is about pulling back the curtain on how Hollywood's elite allegedly manipulate the media. Sources say some major players are shook, worried that their own PR tactics might be the next ones exposed. Let's talk about the ripple effects we're already seeing. Remember those cute little brand deals Blake had lined up? Several companies have allegedly hit pause on their campaigns. And Ryan, word on the street is that some of his famous friends are suddenly too busy to collaborate on those viral marketing videos he's known for. It's giving new phone who dis energy. But the biggest question, will this actually hurt Ryan and Blake's careers? Or will they manage to flip the script again and come out looking like victims? Because let's be real, these two have survived Hollywood drama before. They're like the Teflon couple of Tinseltown. Nothing seems to stick. But this time, the stakes feel different. Some industry experts are saying this could be a watershed moment for Hollywood PR practices. Because if A-listers like Ryan and Blake can get caught in a scandal like this, who else might be running similar operations? The whispers around town suggest that several other celebrities are quietly deleting their group chats and changing their PR strategies. Nothing like a good scandal to make everyone check their receipts. And here's what's really interesting. Social media seems divided along generational lines. Younger fans are all about eating the rich and exposing celebrity manipulation, while the traditional fan base is more likely to stand by Team Reynolds. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Either they're playing 4D chess with their public image, or they got caught playing checkers with the wrong pieces. Is anyone else refreshing their social media feeds every 5 minutes, waiting for updates? Because same. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Ryan and Blake can bounce back from this? Or is this the beginning of the end for Hollywood's golden couple? And don't forget to hit subscribe, because something tells me this story is about to get even messier. All right, y'all, that's the tea for today. But now I need to hear what you think. Are Ryan and Blake just playing the Hollywood game, or did they seriously cross a line? And what about Rob? Was he right to expose them, or is he just stirring the pot? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to smash that like button, because your girl's got to get a new outfit. And if you love keeping up with Hollywood drama, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Until then, keep the mimosas flowing and the tea hot.